Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to another Friday of the Good Brothers Podcast. As you see, my man Chad is still on the road. He's in Chicago with the Queen of the Hill. They're doing their thing there. Wishing my man Chad a safe journey as they head back to Jackson. But we still here at the Hill doing what we always do. Want to come back, have a little one of our regular Friday conversations as we enjoy the weekend. Cinco de Mayo. I know you're all out there having your fun, doing your thing. Spoken today, I'm back on the 708 Barber Pole. It's one of my favorites, so I went back to that today. Just something mild and easy to go along with this bullet here. So May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. What we're gonna wrap up our look at today is also there's one controversial internet figure. We know it's Kevin Samuels. Today is the day that Kevin Samuels passed away in Atlanta. Uh, for those who don't recognize him, you probably recognize him as a dude who always, people remember him for what they call dunking on women or talking bad about black women or whatnot or whatever.
How tall are you?
5'7".
Dress size.
Sorry?
Dress size.
Dress size, I would say about a 10.
How much did you weigh last?
One of the things that I thought was interesting about his whole little run on the internet, it was just a perfect combination of COVID, everybody being at home, and he was having conversations that probably needed to be had years ago. Anybody that's close to his age, which I'm not far from, we remember the things he didn't talk about anything to us that was controversial per se. These are things you grew up hearing and knowing. You heard from your uncles, your cousins, and things like that. And I think what happened was, in this era of not being able to say things that everybody already knows, what we see as common truths, and his tone, what most people say they didn't like his tone, which made him controversial. I mean, I can remember the guy went from like 10,000 followers to like 2 million almost in a matter of a few months off this one video in which, he told a young lady to buy a dog and die alone, which is funny, but there's a lot of truth being spoken in that. And now you got this whole new genre of dating advice shows and things like that. We don't get into that too much on the Good Brothers Committee, but there are some conversations that are in that space that we will touch on over some point. What we're gonna do right now, we'll throw some of his best highlights over here.
People don't tell women the truth these days. Men get told the truth all the time. Women have no problem telling a man, I don't want an average man. It happens every day on my show. TLC said they don't want no scrubs, and we have no problem telling average men, you ain't crap. But if I just happen to have the nerve to agree with the woman that says she's average, then I'm Satan. I think that's interesting. I don't want to hear shit from you talking about you being broke. If you're not working in 60 hours minimum a week that you're getting paid for, turn off YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and get your ass out there. Go down there and work at McDonald's, Circle K, get you a job. I don't care about your pride. You can't be proud and broke at the same time. Now, the woman who was built like Emmitt Smith, I said you weigh more than a running back. And that's a fact. She does. But why is that wrong?
Right. I guess that during the conversation, she told you that she was 5'8" and a size 16.
220 pounds.
220 pounds, right?
Which is more than Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders.
Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders,
which
running back size.
Which was actually, she was bigger than both of those guys.
Right.
I mean, is that a statement of fact, though? Yeah, Barry Sanders was 200, one was 200 and one was 218 pounds. See, that's what I'm saying, that women can say, I don't want no scrubs. People can say, if he can't buy you a Birkin bag, kick him to the curb. But if I just happen to say that you weigh more than men at your height, that's offensive.
Man, this dude was something else, man. That's what I say. This dude was something else. The one thing I did find that was sad is that when the man passed, people were celebrating his passing. That was great. And the reality is, the majority of his fans were women. They were women. I mean, but it was a certain segment of women. They couldn't stand the dude. I thought he was hilarious myself because one thing I found that out of all the things that are said about him, I don't think anybody has shown me where he told a lie at. Just give me one lie that man has said throughout his whole time on the internet. I can't find it. I've been just, I just seen some of his videos. He don't lie. I mean, women ask him a question, he answered it honestly, and he give them pretty solid advice. I mean, I think a lot of times we live life, and a lot, especially when it comes to this dating thing, people don't know what the actual numbers are. Like, when a woman tell a man she looking for a man who makes $100,000, people really don't know. There's not that many people out there that make that kind of money. Especially being 6 foot and all this other stuff. And I think that's where a lot of things have gone awry. And I think he touched the nerve on that. It kind of exposed people's desires, that how unrealistic they were. And and he made he's made a pretty bit of money off it, but he made it topical, and everybody got in on it. I mean, now you see it now everywhere. So that I thought that was an interesting thing, that today is the day that the man passed. Shout out to the Godfather. Your entertainment is surely missed. With that being said, we look forward to this week. We have a special guest coming on next week. A couple of days from now, we'll have Uncle Neely back on. We're going to talk a little bit about the transport portal, what's going on nationally with the transport portal, what it actually means to some of these athletes. Because I think there's going to be some things for people. I think as people start to understand what the portal is, you're going to see it used in different ways. But one thing we have to be careful about is with the athletes. The athletes really need to understand the portal, because everybody's not going to find a home. And as you're seeing now, a lot of guys are left out there that they're not talking about. They're left hanging. And leaving because you want to hit the field. Now, it could be a bonanza for the AA teams, HBC. It could be a bonanza for them, because guys need to get on the field, especially a guy that's been spending languishing at, at the Power 5 conference for 2-3 years. It could be a bonanza. So, with that being said, this is Professor Powell signing off. Good Brothers Committee, Friday night on the Hill. Cinco de Mayo, get out, enjoy yourself, get you a drink, get you a nice smoke, as we do always at Churchill. Come out and join us. Have a good time and enjoy your Friday. Peace.